Time for divine shot, KJ events. This real talk's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Nick shit, dripping in Nick shit. Up in the world, most famous arena with the clip. That's the conglomerate. The Nick's real talk, the real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variants, dominant. Paying homage to the cat from the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that. You don't care for hyperbole, we straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, the side. My entourage be on the job, my energy. Feeling tripping in tempo as they cook my game plan. And my brand for loop and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that's the things we ain't always pretty, but we all stay giddy. But we afraid the fan base, hit the link, Anthony Mace. We trace the logo when there's airspace that appear like square space. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Nick City drip. There's any dashes on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew for him a few bars to shine like stars divine to Mount Mars. Nick's real talk. Here we go, let's go.
Nick's real talk right here. I'm representing
Nick's real talk.
right here. Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Nick's real talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Nick's real talk.
We here.
Here we go, let's go.
Nick's real talk. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Let's get it. Yes. What's going on, everybody? Welcome aboard Nick's Real Talk, episode 20. We're going to get into it, man. Keys to unlock the season. But first and foremost, let me bring my partner in crime in the building, Shop Howard. What's going on, my man?
Salute to you, Divine. Salute to the chat. Let's get it.
Yeah, let's get it, man. Yo, come take this ride with me and Shop Power on this Nick train tonight, man. We're going to talk about Nick going on this train and ride these tracks for a little while. We're going to get into a little bit of Giant talk, man, with a good game by them. But first and foremost, we're just going to get into it, man. You know why we here, Nick's Real Talk. We in the building Sunday. We live. We lit. Just get it, man. You'll see about to come upon the Shop Power training camp in a week and change. Starting to get to where we're going to be like 82 games in the building, man. Knicks will be in the building pretty soon, man. And after you know it'll be regular season, be ready to go ahead and get a pop and see where this team going to take us this year. But you know, we do got some key players on our team that can definitely pay some dividends this year if they do what they need to do and really put their game out there. But first, I go any further, I apologize. Salute to the chat. That's where it's at. No question, my man. Salute to the chat. Zodiac Z from Missouri in the building. Salute to you, my man. Big Taz in the building with us at hand. You know what it is. But Shop Power, the season about to come here, man. Let you know we be here in the ball bounce on the court, hardwood, sneaker scratching. We all be already looking to some Knicks stuff, man. So I'm looking forward to it. And like I said, training camp right around the corner, man. So I'm really giddy about that.
I just want to be a fly on the wall when RJ Barrett comes into the training room with Brunson and Jay Hart there, and he got his bronze trophy on his neck. Because I know the first day he come in there, he's gonna come in there with that trophy around his neck and be like, "Yo, I'm just saying, you should have been with." You know what I mean? But it's right around the corner, man. Like you said, it's a couple of weekend and some change away, man. And we'll be in training camp, and before you know it, we'll be at that first game at New York Knicks at Madison Square Garden. You know what I mean? A lot of things that it seems like the team is fully put together, and they definitely put a stamp on who they was going to make the 15th man by signing Archichinako. I always mess his name up. The dude from Villanova, one of the Villanova boys that was here last year with us. So I'm ready to see what the Knicks gonna put together, man. We got a lot of options on this team this year, man. A lot of ways we can close out games and start games. So I'm optimistic, and I want to see what's gonna happen.
Yeah, real talk. You know what? Well, let's get all the news out the way first, man. Let's get through all of those small stuff that we get into all that talk you talk about. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, the New York Football Giants, 31-28. Great comeback. You see it up there. We watched it early today, man. What a game by the New York Giants. Wasn't had their feet rolling in the first half. Second half, they came out on fire. Daniel Jones, Saquon, and them, Hyatt, all of them, cat. They came out there, did their thing, man. So salute to the Giants really for going out there holding down. And my man, Danny Dime, don't hate, participate. 321 yard passing, 59 rushing yard, 3 total TD, 103.5 passing rating, and he was Danny Dime, but he was dropping some dimes in that second half. So good win by the Giants for all you Giant fans out there, man. Like myself and everybody else, great comeback. We needed to win. We got the win. You know, and I know they feel good going into Thursday because we got to go into San Francisco, play the 49. A tough game, but let's hope. Yeah, hopefully we can stay Shop Powers on that momentum like we did today. And so you never know what could happen though.
Yeah, that's my brother team, the 49ers. So we're gonna be video chatting on that game, man. But yeah, man. What a great comeback the way they came back here, man. Salute to Saquon for catching a lot of football this year. Not just staying in the backfield, being another option on the pass and stuff like that. That tall, slim dude that we just got, man, he was killing it in the second half. And what can you say about Daniel Dimes, man? He was closing some windows in some of those passes that he was throwing tonight, man. Especially for that touchdown pass. That window was so small that he got it through. It was so small, and he skated that ball right in there for that touchdown. So good win today, man. We needed a bounce back from that collapse on against the Cowboys. And I got my other brother reaming me down. What about them Cowboys? What about them Cowboys? What about whatever? I think they won today too. So whatever. But yeah, good win. We needed that win, and the team looked like they ready to start making some moves now, man. They starting to figure out what they have and what they can do. You know what I mean? And I'm happy to see them come out today with an excellent running game and a great passing game for Daniel.
Yeah, real talk, man. That was pretty impressive, especially like in that second half. They locked in that young rookie boy, Jalen Hyatt.
Yeah, that's his name. The skinny, Hyatt, man.
Hyatt. Yeah, that boy got some burners on him, man. And you can't say enough about Wilder. We know why we picked him up in the offseason for, and he living up to it, man. Dalen Wilder, that tight end, that brother, man, he can catch that big boy, can catch some balls, man. So yeah, overall it was good, man. Our defense had 2 great back-to-back stops, 3 and outs. That was good, man. So salute to the Giants today. But you know why we really here. You know, I got to change my hat, put on that Nick hat in a minute. But we here, ladies and gentlemen. So salute to the Giants. And the G-Man really had a pop of the day. Julian was popping, my man. That was a good comeback, man. And like I said, much as people get on Daniel, I'm like, man, y'all, the things that man doing with that football, Daniel. I mean, even with his feet, man, he keeping plays alive. You know, he's like another running back there, man. You know what I mean? And I just think that he get credit for, but I don't think he get enough credit for. Like he literally, man, when that defense breaks our plays down, he able to get out that pocket and get you 9 yards, get you a first down, whatever the case may be. So he just added another dimension to that our offense, man. And hopefully Shaquan, like I said, he's not. I don't think, you know what, going in the third day, get to 49. I don't know if we're gonna be able to play right then and there. You know, but if you don't play, let's hope that you know, somebody else will step up and help Daniel Jones them out. But good win tonight overall. Happy about that. And let's get on some other Knicks news, ladies and gentlemen. You know, the New York Knicks boy back, Ryan Archidinakano. He's back with the New York Knicks. Yeah, he probably on like a Exhibit 9 or something. I don't think it's gonna be like where he gonna be doing like he was doing the past year, just riding the pine. You know, I mean, no question about it. But you know what? I think they're bringing him back because of his professionalism, his continuity with the guys, and this is overall, you know, just presence as a young player. He's really not a selfish guy. He fits into what the mother Villanova boys were doing. When we talk about that a little later on. But overall, you know, hey, you know, if he got familiarity with the system, he was here already. He know how Tibbs coach. He knows the system and everything. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, really only a Exhibit 9. He ain't got guaranteed anything. But I know you feel good to be able to be back with the other Villanova guys, man. And shout out. So I'm not mad at the move. You know, just something that way. Hey, we got a roster spot to be able to give to, because these guys not going to be playing most likely. They're going to be playing in blowout games. You know what I mean? But it's not like he's going to be playing, taking somebody minutes. That's why I don't have a problem with it from a coaching standpoint, because he's definitely not going to have effect on the rotation. So it is what it is. But I'm glad he's back in New York. He get to hang out with some of his fellow Villanova guys. Tibbs and them like him, and in front of him, like, because of his, you know, his demeanor, his character. You know, Jay Wright guy, like all the rest of them. He about winning. He about team first. You know what I mean? I think that's why they brought him back, because he's somebody that's not going to be on the bench. That's going to be whining and complaining about minutes. You know what I mean? Shot Powell, he literally just going to be there, taking up space like anybody else. And like I said, maybe in a blowout situation, they throw him in there or whatever. But I know he feel good to be back in New York, because you know, it's a good place to play for sure. Yeah. So
my bag, Divine. Give me 2 seconds. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, man. But he's back with us, ladies and gentlemen. He's back with us, and let's see what, you know, just a guy gonna be there, rooting on the other guy that's on the court, and he can get in there, he get it popping. But welcome back, Ryan Archidinakano. You know, it's all good. It ain't cost us no money, ain't cost us no headaches and nothing, man. It's just a lateral move, just a move just to fill a roster spot. and don't have to worry about, like I said, somebody worrying about if they're gonna get shined or not. So he's a veteran guy, and I think that's important. I think that's what the Knicks are doing. They're trying to bring in some guys who got a little bit of experience, no matter what the situation be. If somebody go down, he might come in here and spell a couple of minutes here or there. He got a little bit of game with him, and like I say, coming from the right program, like the other three guys that's running Knicks. So I'm good with it.
Yeah, I mean, they brought him back because he's part of that Wildcat thing, man. He's gonna bring some emphasis on playing some basketball. He's gonna boost up these guys' games and stuff like that. It's fun to be around players that and stuff like that. And there's a couple of guys that he's played with. So not even per se on the New York Knicks. Playing in Villanova. So like you said, nothing is in stone yet, and I still think to see what Tom Thibodeau is going to do this year with the whole lineup. Last year we talked about that 9-man rotation, and I think the only real reason why we played a 9-man rotation because when we played 11-man rotation, it didn't work. When we dropped it down to a 10-man rotation, it didn't work. We had to take out Derrick Rose. We had to get rid of Reddish. And evidently we benched Fournier for the year. And then, Grimes came back in and we ran that 9-man rotation for the rest of the year. And I just believe that it was the 9-man rotation because we didn't have an actual 10th man that Tibbs was willing to or had confidence in to, bring him off the bench. And I guarantee you if we had someone like Taj Gibson last year, Tom Thibodeau would have went to a 10-man rotation, bringing in Taj Gibson. Just talking about Taj Gibson, but maybe we may see what a Knight can do. Maybe we could see what Roby could do. Maybe we could see what that other 6'7" guy that we got in the lineup. I forgot his name, the redhead kid. So maybe we'll see what he got in store for the New York Knicks. I think you watch some of the games. Tom Thibodeau has surprised me in a couple of the games. He does do some same type of rotation some games, but let the truth be told. Not too many people talked about it, but Tom Thibodeau last year played Obi Toppin and Julius Randle, a small man lineup a couple of times last year. Maybe he substituted players in and out when players wasn't hot. And Tom Thibodeau did some things last year that surprised me. So maybe he can come back with a little darker beard color this year, stuff like a little extra strands of hair, from the road grain or something to fill it out on the top or something like that. And you may see a 10-man rotation. You may see it early in the season with a 10-man rotation to see if it works. Because if it doesn't work, I guarantee you by 30 games in on the season, Tom Thibodeau will snub that 10-man rotation. So I think there's a chance of seeing a 10-man rotation. And who knows? Tom Thibodeau, you second guess him and underguess him, and sometimes he will surprise you. So let's see what will happen and see how this rotation will come to fruition.
Yeah, absolutely. Salute to the chat, everybody. To chat, Jarvis, Louisiana, building.
Yes,
King, VPN, what's going on? RM, my man, King, Julian was good. So to everybody to chat, man. That's where it's at, man. But I think we're gonna be fine because I think what we get ready to go into with the next topic, we're gonna talk about these guys that could be key to this season. A lot of them that can really have an impact on them. And if you look at the thumbnail I put up on the show, them the guys that we talk about, guys like Mitchell Robinson, Quentin Grimes, RJ Barrett, Manuel quickly, and obviously DiVincenzo. I think them guys to me, Sharp Powder, if them guys really happen to play their role and be good at what they do, then I think this is a very good team. So I'm really hoping that each one of them guys that we talk about have a good season. We are going to them, man, each of them one by one. But that was one of the main headlines for the night was like, the keys to unlock the season. Them the keys to unlock the season to me right there. Them guys that we talking about tonight. Is RJ Barrett going to get ready to get up to that star level? Is Quentin Grimes going to not take baby steps, but just take steps? No more baby steps like I put in the thumbnail. Now, obviously, Mitchell Robinson, healthy is wealthy. You know what I mean? If he healthy, we wealthy. The Knicks is wealthy if he healthy. You know what I mean? Not 59 games, but get us up in the 60s, the highest 60s and 70s. Mitchell Robinson can do that. And we know that, like I said, Quentin Grimes don't take baby steps. A lot of, from what I hear and, out there in the executive league, think that this guy going to take a step this year. So if he do that and RJ reach that all-star level, even if we don't make it, he's playing all-star basketball, whether he get chosen in there or not. But if RJ can play on that all-star level, I think that's another big step. And then obviously, Emmanuel quickly, he's trying to get his bag. So I think he's going to go out there and really show and prove. You know what I mean? Like this is a bag year for me. So if the Knicks don't sign me next month and they let me go into free agency, I'm going to show and prove this year. So when I get to free agency, my money is going to be pretty much a no-brainer. Let's put it like that. So I'm hoping that Emmanuel quickly, be one of the guys that can lock his potential even more coming off that run-up sixth man of the year. And then obviously DiVincenzo, we know about what this guy could do from playing college basketball, being in the NBA, got skills. I think he'll pay dividends for the New York Knicks too. So I'm really looking forward to all five of them guys, Shop Powell. But let's start with the first guy that I think that could really do, if you go out there and have a successful year, like I said, he'll really get it popping. And that obviously that's Mitchell Robinson. We know how he get down. So what do you think about this man going into this season after coming off a pretty decent year last year? He put up some good numbers last year, Shop Powell. So, but only caveat that he wasn't healthy, 59 games. If he can have pretty much a good season like he had last year, but stay healthy, I think that's another key to unlock the season and make a big play dividend for us for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Block This Monster, aka Mr. Flex. If he comes back and has 64, 68, 72 games this year, it makes us a better team. You know what I mean? It just plain and simple, it'll make us a better team. And the one thing that I haven't been seeing a lot of Mitchell Robinson stuff, but I've seen some stuff, and he's looking like he's trying to do a little better. You know what I mean? He was with some man, what was the guy's name? I forgot the name. It was a college guy, something like that. But he was playing some basketball, and he's looking bigger. He's looking like the shoulders. He's looking like a V shape with a neck on him. He's just got the V shape and the shoulders. And if he could come by and increase anything, if he could come and he could keep the 8 points a game, 7.5 points to 8 points game, where I need him to do is get about 15 rebounds a game. You know what I mean? Dominate. If you're going to do something and you're going to do something that you do the best, let's get around 14 rebounds a game this year. You got 9.5, almost 10 rebounds a game. Let's get 13, 14 rebounds a game with 8 points, 9 points. I mean, I would love to see him double-double this year, but if he does a double-double and can get 9 points and 14 rebounds, I'll be a happy camper. With about 67 games this year, I'll be a happy camper. Plus a healthy playoffs, I'll be happy to see that happen. And because I know in some of those games, he's going to explode. He's going to get some 18, 20 points with 15 rebounds. He's going to have more of those games this year, I believe. So I think Mitchell Robinson, I'm a home for Mitch. If he could get to the 10 and 14 this year, I'm happy. But if he could get 9 and 14, I'm still happy. You know what I mean? I think the rebounding is more so what I would want to see more of Mitchell Robinson. And setting some solid screens. Let's see if him and Brunson can really set some solid pick and roll basketball this year. That I would like to see as well.
Yeah, real quick. And I get back into that. I want to end that conversation. I want to get back into it. But to Jarvis, they still have a roster spot open. Just to answer your question, salute to my man Jarvis, Louisiana, in the building. Salute to Jarvis, man. Appreciate you coming in tonight, my brother. Salute to Johnny Davis, quality jumper, everybody. But yeah, shout out for me. 7 points a game this year. He went down a point. He had 2 more rebounds higher in his career than this year in the past season. Than his career. 1 assist a game. PER, fell down 1 point, not bad. But for me, I wonder what could have been if he would have stayed healthy. I think that we might have approached some of them numbers you're talking about, at least 10 points a game and 10 rebounds. He did 9.4, so you could say he did 10 rebounds already this year. But if he would have played them extra 23 games, maybe healthy and stayed in the rhythm, because what he did in the playoffs, I think what he did in the playoffs would have been if he would have stayed healthy, he probably could have did some of that in a regular season. But I'm looking forward to Mitch having a good year this year, bouncing back injury wise. Everything else I'm not concerned about. We got a good contract going moving forward, so he's going to be really one of the keys to unlock the season, man. If that cat can go in there and just stay healthy, if Mitchell Robinson stay healthy, give us 70 games, 72 games. He played 72 past year. That's why he got his money, because he stayed healthy that year, pretty much for the year. So I do think that if Mitchell Robinson can stay healthy this year, and them 23 games that he didn't play, I guarantee you the Knicks could have won like 5 or 6 of them with him there, because of his impact on actually what happens on the court when the Knicks play. That's why his PER is decent, you know what I mean, compared to some of the other guys like RJ and them. They PER, his player efficiency rate is pretty decent for a guy who don't have a big offensive game. You know what I mean? He don't have a big, but he's efficient when he's on the court. Because what he do on the other side of the ball, his offense, defense, rebounding, altering shots, blocking shots. When cats penetrating down the lane, he changes the way they're going to play their offense. So I'm really happy about that, man. So let's hope that he can stay healthy. He stay healthy.
Exactly.
And I do think that he makes a big difference, pay a lot of dividends for the Knicks moving forward. Shot power. So let's see if Mitchell Robinson can stay healthy, ladies and gentlemen. And if he do, I think we're gonna be okay. Danny, my man, what's good? What's popping? Salute to you as well. Drip Moore, what's popping? G Money, what's good? Everybody in the chat, what's good? Hit that like button in the door. We dropping it. Next we'll talk episode 20. The key to unlock the season. And one of the main keys that we talked about tonight was Mitchell Robinson. But the next guy we're gonna talk about, man, obviously we know what he can do and what we hoping he can do, shot power. But it's all about RJ Barrett. If RJ Barrett can take that next step for us, not being an all-star, but having all-star type numbers. He might not get chosen, but I want to see RJ Barrett just get and do what he did for Canada, play some good ball in the FIBA games. But if he could bring that into the season and reach that level, that another level, you know what I mean? Man, that's going to pay big dividends for the New York Knicks. So I believe if RJ Barrett just continue doing what he's doing, be the RJ Barrett that was in the playoffs against Miami and Cleveland, if RJ coming to the season with the way he was playing in the playoffs, then we on to something, shot power. So I'm really looking forward to seeing RJ's maturation this year and what he's going to bring to the table for the New York Knicks. Obviously, last year, 19 points a game last year, 5 rebounds, the assist was decent. But ladies and gentlemen, here go the caveat. What did I say Mitchell Robinson PER was? 18, 19.
Yeah.
RJ PER 12.9. If RJ get that thing up over 15, 16 or higher, the Knicks going to be a good team. Because that means that the efficiency that he's putting out there when he's on the court only going to make the team better. And that means whether from a point standpoint or all aspects of it. So I really do think that RJ Barrett, shot power, he can really get out there this year. And give me the numbers he got, just be more efficient. I don't have a problem with the 19-6. I love it, but I want to get that on the efficient rate because RJ was more efficient. He'd be scoring about 25 a game. The point that he'd be leaving off the table sometime, whether from the free throw line or it might be when he's having an off night shooting from downtown. So I do think that if his efficiency rating gets up a little higher, man, that thing get up in the higher teams, then I really think the Knicks is going to get it popping. If RJ Barrett get that PER up to about 16, 17, 18, like, oh my goodness, bro. Then now you're going to have to pay more attention to him. And then that means you're taking less attention off of everybody else. So if you got to put a lot of attention on Randall and Brunson, and then that means you and RJ efficiency is popping. I really like what I see there, man. So let's hope that this brother could take another step and he'd be another one of the key that we unlock this season, because I think if his only problem to me is efficiency. If RJ get efficient, it's game over.
I mean, if RJ is one of those sleepers this year, and can't really say a sleeper because we know what RJ is about from what we've been seeing. Some games he is on fire, he gets to the line a whole lot, and sometimes he's very inconsistent. You know what I mean? But when he's rolling or the second quarter comes into play, he gets it together. If he can come out this year, fully together, you know what I mean? And like you said, raise that PDR, what is it?
PER.
PER, if he could raise that up to 16, 17, to make him much more of an efficient basketball player, is the world is ours. You know what I mean? RJ is a big thing of what we can do. And like I said in the beginning of this show, when he walks into the training room and he got that bronze trophy, because he probably gonna act like a fool, come in there with that bronze trophy on his neck, or however that is, bronze medal on his neck, and come in here, you know what I mean, and start popping junk. He's gonna want to play. And it's one thing you can talk about his not being consistent, his inconsistencies, not playing basketball, turning the ball over a little bit. But the one thing that you know about RJ Barrett is every year he gets better scoring wise. He's got stronger, and he's a workhorse, man. This guy's always in the gym trying to get better. You know what I mean? And he is 23 years old. And in FIBA, looking at RJ, he looked like a grown man. You know, he looked like he was 6'8". He was just dominating. And if he could come over here and do some of the same, let's remember against the American team, the USA team, he had 23 points. He had one of the best, 23-7. He had a big game against NBA players. If he could come in here and do some of that against, you know, that if he could be more consistent when he drive the basketball, and he shot some little short jump shots in FIBA that I watched. If he can even turn that fadeaway jumper, the slide to the left with the little short jump shot on the left hand side, if he can knock that down this year, boy oh boy, man, he's gonna easily be in the in the runnings for talks about being in the All-Star this year, man. He could easily get 25 points. Easily get 25 points. You know, just how he drives the basketball and he gets to the line. You know, if I'm not mistaken, he gets to the line about 6 point. I think it was 6 point, almost 6.8, 5.8 or something like that a night. That's almost 6 baskets from the line. So if he can get 80%, 85% from the line and shoot 50% from the field, he's gonna be a threat. You know what I mean? 35%, 36% from the 3-point line. You're talking almost all-star status right there. So let's see what RJ can do, man. He's a big cog of what we do this year because he's going to be playing 2 positions this year, I believe. I believe he's going to be playing small forward, and then the second unit is going to be playing power forward. So I think he's going to pick up some of those minutes in the second unit with IQ and J Hard and I Hard and DiVincenzo. I think he's going to be that man. Maybe not the beginning of the year, but if things fall apart for Robley, if they give him some playing time, Sims, if they give him some of that playing time, or Knight, if they give him some of them playing time, if those guys don't figure out in the first 20 or 30 games or so, then I think RJ is going to run 2 positions, that small forward position and that power forward position in the second unit. So let's see what happens. You know what I mean? He's a big, strong, healthy guy. You know what I mean? Aside from last year, he was pretty healthy last year. Aside from that freak accident, how he ever tore that finger in that Mavericks game, I don't know how he tore it, but you know what I mean? If he comes out this year and he stays healthy, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, real talk. Hey, just to piggyback off my man Danny Land's question. Danny, that's the next cat we talk about. Danny said, "Who do we think take the biggest step, the next step?" RJ or Grimes. That's interesting, you know, and believe Grimes is the next guy we're going to talk about. You know, for the keys to unlocking the season is the next guy that we're going to talk about because I'm looking for him having a really breakout year, man. I think he done got a taste of the NBA. I know the guy. I know this guy. I know he's ready to shine, man. So, Danny, to answer your question. RJ, here's how I would apply that. RJ Barrett, you know, he's been working since he's been in here, just like Grimes. RJ is a 5-year guy and got his money. Now he really looking to show and prove that he's worth that money.
Mm-hmm. He's proven of it.
Right. And Quentin Grimes need to show and prove where he can get the money.
Try to prove it.
Well, he got to show and prove that he need to get the money. So I think he's going to come out really, really aggressive this year, looking to show and prove. Because after this year, Danny, next year he going to that contract year. And I'm quite sure he don't want to be in the NBA making $2-4 million. So I'm looking for this cat to really go out here and show improve this year. So that that's gonna be that's I will say both of them 50-50 for me. But I know Grimes got more to prove in the sense because he hasn't got to where RJ got yet. RJ done got his money. Yeah, so Grimes got a lot to prove. Because think about it. RJ not worried about nobody that needs taking his spot. But when you got Josh Hart, DiVincenzo at the 2-guard spot, quickly can play the 2-guard spot. He got more pressure on him to get it done because if he kind of don't get it done, he got guys who can replace him. It's not too many guys on the Knicks to replace RJ Barrett because you got Brunson, Randall, and RJ. Them your big dogs to me. So I would have to say that the pressure to really get a pop is going to be on Grimes. Like I say, RJ to solidify his money, and he trying to get the money. And I would say that, but that I tell you what though, Quentin Grimes is a special ball player, ladies and gentlemen. Last year, 11.3 a game, 3.2 rebound, 2.1 assist. But here's the caveat again: RJ Barrett had a 12.9 PER. He had a 11.7 PER. That's under RJ's. You understand what I'm saying? And when you got guys out there like Brunson and Randall who got 20-point-something PERs, 21, 23. Him and Artie, that's why I literally made this. I'm glad I did it. That the key to unlock the Knicks season. If these dudes get a pop and we good, think about it. If he get that PE up to 15, 16, and RJ get it up to 16, 17, 18, the Knicks is a surefire dangerous team. Because think about what they leaving on the table with them efficiency numbers. But I do think that he will elevate his game this year and get that PER up. He got higher in scoring, he got higher in rebounds, and he got higher in assists. And that's coming off a little bit of the injury out of the starting gate shot power. So if Quentin Grimes can somehow take that leap and really get up there, then I think that just bodes well for the Knicks. The defense is impeccable. Guard the best players in the league at that spot from the 1 to the 3. You know what I mean? Tom Thibodeau can rely on that. He just got to make his defense. He got to make his offense catch up to his defense. If he do that, then we got a nice ball play on our hand at that 2-guard spot. If he can get that 11 points right game up to 15, oh my goodness, it's on. All we need, think about 4 more points for him, official RJ, and a healthy Mitch. That team is better than last year. So it'd be really interesting. But he's a really big part of this team. And let's see how he can get a pop and shot, Paul. I think if the cat really get the number up, he's ready to go.
Danny, I think between RJ and Grimes, RJ is already solidified, like Devon was saying. He's already solidified. He already has his spot. You can almost guarantee a night that RJ is going to get anywhere from 18 to 25 points a night. The biggest caveat that I think is this guy is going to want to break out this year. And I think Grimes is going to have one of those electrifying years this year. You know what I mean? I think this year, the more passes that he gets from Julius Randle, he's going to knock down this year. If you watch a lot of the games from last year, Julius Randle passed the ball to Grimes a lot. I mean, a lot. He passed the ball to him a lot. And in certain areas on the court, Grimes is a better shooter. On the left-hand side, he is almost lights out on the left-hand side. From the middle, straight up and down on the rim, he's about a little under 40, low 40s. And from the right side, he's low 40s, 43, 44. But from that left side, he is lights out on that left side. And Julius Randle looked for him a lot, somewhat the way Julius Randle looked for Evan Fournier the first year that they played. So I believe this year, Grimes is going to have a year like he had in the Summer League. The first year he played in the Summer League, he wasn't all that great. The second year, he was the all-star of the league. And I think this year he's going to be one of the guys that we depend on to hit big shots this year and close out games with his tight and rugged defense. I got a big hope for Quentin Grimes to come out this year and have somewhere around 15 to 17 points a night, about 4 to 6 rebounds a night. The guy can pass the basketball, and his handle is picked up a little bit. And a lot of the commentators, the people that watch basketball, have talked about how his handle is picked up a little bit. And he's been with a couple of guys this year in his ear, like a Redick, JJ Redick, in his ears, schooling him on what he should do and how he should do. A couple of the stuff on YouTube that you see him doing this year, driving to the basketball, dribble between his legs with a stutter step, fade back jumpers, short jump shots. If he could get to the line and get us, get to the line and get us 80% from the line and, shoot about 46%. I mean, 46, 30, anything over 36% from 3-point from him this year with about 5-6 rebounds. We're going to have a different type of basketball game from Quentin Grimes this year. He is the one that I think with more touches from Julius Randle and RJ Barrett and Brunson in his spot to shoot the basketball is going to elevate his game. And I think they're going to look more from, I think last year he was a little bit more timid. He came in after the first 13, 15 games. He didn't play. He had to get acclimated with the guys. There's no more of that acclimation. These guys know him and he knows them. And I think he's going to be more sure of his shot this year. In the all-star, in the rookie and sophomore game this year, he was electrifying, and I think he's going to come out this year and be electrifying as well. I got high hopes for Quentin Grimes, and I think he's going to propel us this year in that starting unit with about, like I said, somewhere 15 to 17 points. I think he's going to be a big step for what we do this year in our starting unit, and he's coming in the beginning of the year. He's starting the first game, not like last year when he came in like the 15th game after we went through Evan Fournier, after we went through Reddish, after we went through those two guys. Then he came in, and then I don't think he's going to be no second guessing him this time coming out from the gate. Third year in the league. Second time starting in the league. I think he's going to electrify this year. He's going to be a big name that we talk about all season long.
Hey, Jarvis, for me, I think that's when I went back to answer Jarvis' question. I'm glad you put that up there, Jarvis. I think he was getting used enough. He just was only, his PER was only 11.4. You know what I mean? So I'm just piggybacking off what Jarvis put out there to let you know why I think that PER was so important. He was getting used. But he wasn't really in his game.
He wasn't hitting, yeah.
Wasn't hitting, yeah. I mean, he played. He was the starting point guard the two guard for the New York Knicks at about at the 20-something games. But I think what happened was that he had some good nights. He had some good moments often, but he also didn't have some good nights. And that's why I think once he get that PE, I think Tibbs is using him. He's getting the opportunity. Put it like that. I guess that's what I'm saying.
No question.
He getting this opportunity. I think he just got to take advantage of that usage rate and make them knock them shots down and get his PER up where he efficient, because Tibbs. I want to tell you who I love that would work with him the most. Julius Randle. Randle well with Quentin Grimes. I mean, Julius Randle would go to that at the top of that key, at that high key, and Quentin Grimes would be that court. They throw the ball at Julius Randle, and Julius Randle will swing right over to him. He'll swing right over to him.
A lot,
yes. So I think it's on him to be more efficient and get his. And I think if he do that, then I do think he'd be okay. But I just think that's the only thing that this year that he won. He just had to get that. He got to take advantage of that usage rate. I guess what I'm trying to say. I think he will. This is gonna be. That's why I said it's a big year for him. I think this is a big year for him. And if you look at the thumbnail, I said no more baby steps. Like Quentin Grimes shouldn't be on a baby step no more. He got to take that leap this year, because I think he got that much potential. This cat got a chance to be a bona fide two guard in the NBA for a long time because of his skill set, his work ethic. He could shoot the ball. He could play defense. He could put the ball on the floor. He could play make. His playmaking is so underrated to me. I see this guy drop some crazy gems.
Dimes.
Man. Yeah, dimes. I'm like, whoa, this cat. So let's hope that, like Quickly did, he take the next step in the third year. Look at Quickly. Rookie year was okay. Second year was okay, but then he took that step in the third year. And now Quickly about to get a bag. I think that's the same thing going to happen to Quentin Grimes. He's going to take that third year step, and he's going to show and prove. And then the Knicks going to be like, okay, I think this is a guy we want to keep around a franchise for a long period of time. Let's see if we can give him the money, because I think the Knicks will give Quickly money. I just don't know whether it's going to be in October, but I do think they eventually give the money. Or unless he get a deal in the free agency next year that either the Knicks is not going to be able to match, because somebody just gave him a good deal for Quick, like $25 million, because the salary cap is going up, ladies and gentlemen. So they can afford to dish out a little bit more money, some of these teams. But I do think that, salute my man Parrish. Parrish was good, my man. Salute. JJ was popping. Jarvis, Fabian, everybody. Salute to the chat. That's where it's at. Hit that like and subscribe button if you didn't do it already, man. But Quentin Grimes, no question about it. Big year for the young man. He go out there and get it popping. We good. And then what he did in the playoffs impressed him. He impressed me in the playoffs with that defense on Jimmy Butler, no guy. I mean, they literally throw this guy on Jason Tatum every now and then. They put Quentin Grimes on the best player on the floor on the other team, other than he's a center or a power forward. So I think he's that valuable that they literally put this guy on every best player that's on the opposed team, because nobody in that starting five can defend like he can. You know what I mean? Other than Mitchell Robinson, I'm at the 5 spot. So that's how valuable he is to the Knicks, man. If that cat can get that offense consistent and get that PER, he took a step scoring-wise, scored 2 more points in the career this year, 1 more rebound, 1 more assist. I think with a certain amount of games, I think Quentin Grimes unlocks his potential. That's why I got the Knicks. I really believe these guys that we talk about tonight, if they do what they do, Knicks got that 50. I just think that, can you imagine Quentin Grimes being better than he was last year? Can you imagine? Right. Yeah, can you imagine, like Shot Power said, can you imagine Josh Hart playing a full season instead of half a season? So it's a lot of things. But these guys right here, he's one of the ones to me that if he popped this year, it's going to be on a popping, man. So let's see how it goes. He's one of the guys that I think makes a big difference in the way we do things. I understand that, my man. I got you. I know. I understand, Parrish, man. You got the right to feel that way, because he's somebody who had untapped potential too, man. I just think that defense side of the ball made it pretty rough for Obi Toppin, man. Really well. I think that's really what happened. He was in the wrong. He came to the Knicks real quick, and we get back into the segment of the show where we talk about Parrish. I think he came into the Knicks at the wrong time with the wrong coach.
Thanks.
I think he got drafted at the wrong time, and number 2 with the wrong coach, because he's a defense-minded coach. That's what he built his NBA career off of. So I think that's what happened to Obi Toppin. But let's hope that he shines somewhere else, man. But hey, Shot Power, the next cat I want to talk about on this Nick thing, man. If he even have another good year this year, I think it's sky's the limit for him. And we're gonna talk about our man, Emmanuel Quickly. Quickly had a good season for the Knicks last year. So, obviously when we got to the playoffs, it was a different story. But overall, for his maturation from his rookie year to his 3rd year is impressive. 14 points a game. He had a career average of 12.7 a game. He rolled that to 15 a game, 3.2 rebounds. He rolled that to 4.2 rebounds. Still did 3 assists. His PER went up from 15 points to 16.3. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I say you look at guys like Grimes or RJ who had 11 and 12 PER. This cat got 16. But that's why he was running up for the 6th man of the year. He an efficient ball player on both sides of the floor, and he took a nice step for the Knicks this year. So for us to unlock the season, he's one of them keys. He's another key to the season. If Emmanuel Quickly do what he did this year and take another step, because he in a bag paying year, obviously he want to get that money, then that makes the Knicks just another dangerous team, another better team all around. If he can continue doing what he did last year and get better, because he played both sides of the ball pretty well.
If the 3 guys that we just showed on the Quentin Grimes, Emmanuel Quickly, and RJ Barrett, if these guys all make another step to their game, we're in a great place, because these guys are going to start this year. First game, everybody that we talk about is not going to be no hesitation or no interpretation of who's coming in for who and who's going to be on the court. We know that we're going to see Grimes as the shooting guard. We know we're going to see RJ as small forward this year. We know we're going to see Emmanuel Quickly coming in as the 6th man this year. So if Quickly takes another step and gets somewhere around, all right, let me just say this: if if Quentin Grimes can make the step like quickly did to where his 16 PR, that five rebounds, 4 assists, and 15 points, and Emmanuel quickly can make that next step to 16, 17 points a game. You know what I mean? If he can make that next step to solid 15 to 17 points a game, 5 to 6 rebounds a game, 4 to 5 assists a game, with 2 to 3 steals a game. Then we have a whole different team again, and he's looking stronger this year. He's looking like his shoulders is filling out. He's out there shooting with some great shooting guards of our era that we could talk. Well, one of our era, you know what I mean? And he's getting tips, and he is also a quote unquote a gym rat. He likes to be in the gym. He likes to be working out. He likes to be shooting. He's he does that dance. He's a styling and profiling type of kind of guy. You know what I mean? So if he can come out and electrify that second unit, salute to Raw Hebrew for saying his name, Mobb Deep. He calls him Mobb Deep, and if he can go out there and control Mobb Deep with DiVincenzo and Josh Hart with iHeart out there, I think we're gonna have a hard team, a hard second unit team to really deal with.
Yeah, no question. I think he makes that second unit, like him and Josh Hart probably the mainstay of that second unit. So DiVincenzo, like you said, and iHeart give you that what they can give us. That's a pretty good guy, man. I don't know who between RJ maybe going to the 4 every now and then, or who one of them guys, like you said earlier, can get in there and pop, or we get somebody to play the 4 could pop. That's a pretty good solid D. But think about this here. Courtney could play the ball. He could pick up 94 feet. DiVincenzo could pick up 94 feet. Even Josh Hart could pick up 94 feet.
Sure can.
They got 3 guys. They might be short in stature, like we always say, but these cats can defend from one end of the court to the other. And quickly decent with the 3-ball shot. DiVincenzo good with the 3-ball shot. Josh Hart ain't bad with the amount of shots he takes from it. And so I do think Hartenstein might get out there this year and kind of work on that 3-ball, get a couple 2 or 3 threes a game. Hopefully, ain't no more than that. We don't want to think he out there being Quentin Grimes and them. If he can get us 2 or 3 attempts and he knocked down 1 or 2 of them, we good. So I think quickly that guy. Obviously, Shaw Powell was lingering at that contract. It was lingering over his head in the Knicks organization.
It's coming, man. I think they're gonna sign him before this year. I think it's coming.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing lingering. Let's see.
The real reason why I think they sign him now is because to take away that poison pill. If they sign him now and they keep him for the whole year, it's going to be something similar to where RJ was last year. They sign him, they give him the money. They can't trade him during the off season. I mean, during the season until next year in the off season, until he really acquires that contract, and that also can help him. You know what I mean? And help us. If we're really looking for this quote unquote big fish, we offer him 21 million a year. $85 million a year. Some craziness. 4 years or 5 years is 120, 118 million, something like that. I'm off with 22, 4, 6, 8, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 105 million, give them 105 million for 5 years. That could be something that we could work on. For the 24-25 season, because then his contract is tradable. Now we got 21 million. We got an 18 million from Josh Hart. We got 12 million from Devin. We got some money that we could really play with and trade now. And to acquire a bigger name player, not gutting the whole team and not necessarily have to give up 4 or 5 draft picks if you don't have to. We could play with players that are good, and this is building their stock. I keep reiterating on keeping these guys so we can build their stock. So when their stock is hot and we looking to make that big move, we don't have to put out as much You know what I mean? For the players that we're offering. Josh Hart has a great year. DiVincenzo has a great year. IQ has a great year. Now we're not talking about training all three of those players and giving you 5 first round picks no more. Now we're talking about giving you 2 of those players and 3 first round picks, something like that. You know what I mean? But IQ is a big and another thing, iHeart is I we'll get into iHeart later, but that second unit is gonna be something terrible to watch, man. IQ 15 points. I think Josh Hart could get us 12 to 15 points, and I think DiVincenzo could get us 12 to 15 points. That's almost 45 points from your second unit right there. You know what I mean? Yeah, 12, 15, 15, 15. Yeah, you know what I mean? So that's 40, almost 45 points from your second unit, not even including what RJ could put out there for you and what iHeart is going to give you, 6-8 points a night. I think iHeart is going to be a big factor to this second unit this year too, man. With these guys, they dart to the hole a lot, man. So I can't wait till the season starts, Devon.
Yeah, Jarvis. For me, Jarvis had a question. I want to put that in. It was a good question. He said, Devon Shad, do you see a potential problem with the minute for Grimes and or IQ or DiVincenzo? Not really, because you know why? I don't know if it'd be a problem if they handling their business. If they handle their business, it won't be a problem. If they ain't handling their business, it'd be a problem. Because if quickly or let's say Grimes don't get it popping, then they got a chance of losing some minutes to DiVincenzo. So I think if they on their game, Jarvis, to answer your question, I don't think it's a problem. But I think the roster is pretty much set with DiVincenzo right now, probably penciled in at the backup 2. He's just the backup 2. Quickly probably penciled in at the backup 1. At least going into training camp or what we might be, looking at. Quickly backing up Brunson, DiVincenzo backing up Grimes, unless you go into training camp and DiVincenzo beat out Grimes, and then Grimes be backing up DiVincenzo. But I don't know if it is a problem because I think the way they probably going to set this roster is like this the backup point guard, this the backup 2 guard, this the backup 3 guard, this the backup. Not the 3 guard, the small forward, the backup power forward. So Jarvis, I think that's a great question, but I do think that if they don't get it popping and DiVincenzo get it popping, then obviously you lose your spot because my man he outperforming you. That's the only reason I could see it becoming a problem. Not even a problem, just that you lost your spot, and that's why I would love to be a fly on the wall in training camp this year. I want to see these cats go at it because you got to remember, DiVincenzo got championship experience. He's been on championship teams. He done played around some great players like Steph Curry and all them. So yeah, does he have a chance of going there and possibly shake up something? I think he got a possibility of doing it. But knowing the way I think these guys, their mindsets is, I think Quentin Grimes know he's planning to get an NBA contract. He's gonna come out there trying to get it this year. You best believe me. Man, listen, I know I'm good enough. I got a $2 million contract. My contract is up in another year. So Quentin Grimes, he coming in there like, listen, he probably coming in guns blazing this year. Pardon, not to use that terminology, but he coming there trying like, listen, I ain't let nobody take my spot because I'm trying to get money. You know what I mean? And so that makes the competition stiff, which is good. But I don't know if he's a problem. I think he just adds on to the depth of the team. I mean, this is a deep team when you bring in DiVincenzo there because he's going to get to play the minutes and do things on the other side of the ball that maybe like we didn't get fully out of Obi Toppin because of the defense side of the ball, not the offense. But he got a winning mentality. He know how to play with the guys that's there. So he only can help the teams. But I don't think it's going to be a problem. We'll talk about that because when after we finish the last guy, which is him. We're going to talk about the Villanova thing, man, and the Knicks and having these players on the team, how does it affect, that commodity. Because you think about you got 4 guys who literally played, who had a really good bond friendship. We're going to get into that to the next segment, so bear with me. But I don't think, just to answer your question, Jarvis, I don't think it will be. And that's going to lead right into the next segment, so we ain't really get into that. And I think it's important that, the cats just do their job. Go in there, do your job. It ain't really about who you hanging with off the court. As long as it don't affect what's on the court. Like I couldn't care if all 5 of them, all 4 Villanova cats hung out after the game was over. But when they on that court, it ain't gonna. I'm quite sure as long as there ain't no favoritism and all that crazy stuff. And I think they too professional for that. I don't think Tibbs or Leon Rhodes will put that over winning. I don't think they would bring these guys in here to defect the good character and the good chemistry and the good nature with the team got going on at the organization right now. I hope they don't. I don't think that would happen. But like even sign the guy that what's his name, Archer Tanaka, he is 7'9", ladies and gentlemen. He's not coming here and taking nobody's spot in that roster. Let me tell you that right now. He coming here because of camaraderie, continuity with the guy that he know. But he's not gonna be a factor who not gonna be in that rotation. I can tell you that right now. So I won't even let that be an issue. He is not taking quickly spot. Archer is knocking over, not taking none of them cat spot. He just another cat on the roster who got familiarity with the system and the family. So yeah, but all the other three, I don't know. I don't know, Shaw Powers. I know that seemed like it could be a problem because everybody like, wow, all these Villanova guys is here and things of that nature. But my piggyback to that, what we talk, are any concerns on the Villanova overload? I don't have a concern with it. Here's why. I think they're professional enough to know how to know what's going on here. But I know that a lot of the fan base might think it, but would anybody had that problem if it was Zion Williamson, Cam Reddish, and RJ? Would you say that the Knicks is overloaded with one type of team like Duke players if they brought in Cam Reddish, RJ, and him and had kills? So now instead of them 4 from Duke, you got 4 from Villanova, and that. So I don't know. I don't think it'll be an issue though. I just think that Knicks is about trying to win. But I know some concern.
Knicks like Wildcats.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like Wildcats, Kentucky Wildcats, Villanova Wildcats. They're like Wildcats. So
yeah, it's real tough. Yeah, real tough. But that's for me. I don't worry about it too much. But if they wasn't grown men or they had a sense of how would I say when you timid or you scared somebody gonna do something to you, if they don't have that, then I'm not worried about it. Like you got a problem with somebody gonna take your minutes. That ain't gonna happen. The 3 guys from Villanova, they got good chemistry. I want to see all 3 of them on the court together. They got chemistry, bro. That's what it's all about. We talk about chemistry all the time. I want to see Josh Hart, DiVincenzo in a game with Jalen Brunson. I just want to see it because I think it'll be so interesting to see, how it pan out. But will it be an issue? I don't know. What do you think about this thing with this Villanova thing? The overload. Do you think you concerned about that, or do you think the fan base should be concerned about it, knowing that we got these guys who are just Villanova dudes?
I'm not worried about the Villanova connection because some nights you're right, Divine. We may see Josh Hart, Brunson, and DiVincenzo close out games. It is very possible to see that. Could you imagine seeing that? Those 3 guys out there with Julius Randle and Mitchell Robinson? I can see a lineup like that. I wouldn't put it past. This season, I'm not worried about the Villanova connection or anything like that because this season is going to be a season of who I believe who's playing better to close the game out. You can see you might see Brunson, DiVincenzo, Josh Hart. You might see RJ Barrett and Mitchell Robinson out there close out a game. You might see Grimes, DiVincenzo, and Brunson closing out games. You might, there's so many combinations. Whoever's playing the better basketball at the end of the game, I think is going to be the one who closes out the game. So, no, am I worried about the Villanova connection? No, I think that's a plus for us because these guys have won something together. You know what I mean? And if we could put those 3 guys on the court and put Mitchell Robinson and RJ Barrett together with them guys to close out a game, I'm 100% with that. I'm not afraid of seeing the Villanova. We got a whole bunch of Wildcats. That's all I'm gonna say. We got some Kentucky Wildcats. We got some Villanova Wildcats. So I think this team is going to be a whole bunch of Wildcats, and I hope they start scratching early.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for real. Start scratching and getting and catting it out and everything.
Yeah.
We'll talk. So for me, I'm good with it. But like I said, it would be different if it was 4 Carolina players or 3-4 Duke players. I don't care. Just win, man. Just win. We play the game and win. Just win, baby. Like Big Al Davis used to say for the Ravens, just win, baby. That's all we worried about. I know I'm OG in it right now, y'all. But it is what it is. Yeah, man. I don't have a problem with it because, like I said, the players that we talking about, they all winning type players, man. They
No
winners.
question.
They want winners. They won on everyone on a collegiate level. Jalen Brunson haven't won there yet. DiVincenzo has won one on that level. But you see what these guys are capable of. They got winning attitude. They come from a good foundation. Jay Wright down there in Villanova. He never know what might go on him. But Tibbs might say, I'm going to the front office. They bring Jay Wright up in here. I don't know. Who knows what the world might be going on. But they come from a good organization, so I'm not worried about it. Like I said, DiVincenzo, playing out there in Milwaukee with Giannis, got that ring, though he was injured that year a little bit most of the time. But then he went out there to get to play with Steph Curry and them. So what he bringing to the Knicks is needed. See, I know people talk about skill set sometimes, Shy Powell, a lot, rightfully so, because it should be about talent. But also you can't dispute what winning mentality brings to the table. Give me a guy who's a winner and a guy who can score 30 or 40. You can score 30 or 40, but you ain't got the mentality to win a basketball game. You just want to put stats out there, like we always say, stat stuffing and all that. I don't want that. Give me a guy who can go out there and affect the ball game. And I think DiVincenzo could do that. He can go out there and get a steal, knock down a three, play some good defense, affect the game like Josh Hart do. But that's the way they was taught. They coach taught them that way. And that's the reason why a couple of them guys got 2 national championships, because they just winning ball players, man. And that's what the Knicks is pulling out there right now. Are they a winning ball player? Randall want to win. These cats want to win. And I think it's really good that we got that. So for that, I think that just, to me, nothing major to be concerned about. Because I think at the end of the day, Tibbs run the ship anyway. Tibbs run the ship. He ain't gonna let nothing disrupt what he's trying to do, because he's trying to get a ring like everybody else. That's the only thing that's lagging in his career is a ring. Everything else he done did pretty good. Played, coached the Olympics, got to the Eastern Conference Finals with them cats before. So he just looking to get to that next step. And maybe, they looking to bring in players who can get on that stage and do that. So when that time come, a la last year, when Josh Hart was going through his wife's pregnancy, he couldn't really do what he wanted to do.
Right.
Quickly couldn't be where he wanted to be in the playoffs. RJ was the only one holding us down. Him and Jalen Brunson and Mitchell Robinson. Julius Randle was hurt. So it's refreshing to see that you got nothing but a bunch of guys who want to win basketball games. They ain't got no ego tripping. They ain't ego tripping and all that. If you go in a training camp, you lose your spot. That's on you. If DiVincenzo going to training camp and he give it to some of those cats, you can't be mad at Tibbs for putting one of those cats in. But I think I'm not worried about it. I don't care who. I don't, like you said, no matter who starts, who about who finishes. They play to win the game. Let's just win. I think RJ gonna get it popping. I think Grimes gonna get it popping. Now we talked about it there. I think Mitchell Robinson stays healthy. I think he stayed. I think Mitchell Robinson played over 60-something games this year. I do think quickly make another step. I do think Grimes takes a. I think he's gonna take way more than the baby step. He's the one I'm looking for to really get it popping. This is man. Let me tell you something quick, Grimes. If you listen, I tell somebody to turn on Knicks Real Talk. Just listen to what I'm telling you. If you want that double-figure contract, you got to pop this year. If you want to get that 10, 15, like we're quickly aiming for, you got to pop this year. You got to pop. That's it. You can pop next year, but I think if you pop this year, you set yourself up better going into your contract year. So I think he knows that. I think as a player, he knows that. I really do think he knows that. And these guys, the Knicks rewarded him, man. And quickly they're gonna reward him. They rewarded RJ. They reward Grimes if he get it popping out. Shop I'll always say the next 2 Knicks to me that might get signed up a rookie deal from the Knicks are gonna be Grimes and Quickly. They got RJ his money, they got Mitchell Robinson his money, they drafted them. So I think them are gonna be the next 2. Hopefully that get that money, whether they remain, who knows, who they stay with the Knicks forever or not, or even we don't even know if Quickly will be here by the trading deadline or whatever. Who knows? But I do think that they will give an opportunity to sign them. And but I'm looking forward to these guys. So the Villanova thing is not a concern to me whatsoever. They're just pieces of the puzzle. Like I said, I don't care who you hang up with. I don't care who you hang with off the court. But when you're on that court, we all better be in lockstep together. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's all that matters. Oh yeah, you do what you do. I don't care what you do off the court. It's your business. But when we in between that 94-foot, the 94-foot line, we got to make sure that we all on the same page. I think Tom Thibodeau have them on the same page, Shop Howard. So I think that's going to be interesting. But no, I'm not concerned about it whatsoever.
Oh, I just believe in the team this year, man. And I think, like I said, we got a lot of versatility, man. We got a lot of guys that play defense. We got a lot of players that play that Tom Thibodeau style of defensive play. You know what I mean? And I hate that we lost Obi Toppin, but this team was a half court team. And Obi Toppin filled in well playing for Tom Thibodeau, especially learning how to shoot the three-pointer, that three-point shot that he shot with us last year. But I think he's more of an up and down type of player, a guy that someone grabs the rebound, you make one pass, you make that up forward pass like a wide receiver. Obi Toppin grabs the ball and lays it up. And I think we'll see him look a little better in Indiana than what he was doing. And I'm hoping that he can get some real minutes over there too. He got a couple of guys over there that he's going to have to really fight and scrap to try to get minutes over there in that same position that he has. But I think that up and down basketball, I think he strives in that type of basketball, and he learned under Tom Thibodeau how to play half court basketball by moving to a spot and spotting up and shooting the 3-point shot. He learned that from Tom Thibodeau. He might not like Tom Thibodeau, but Tom Thibodeau taught him how to shoot that shot. You know what I mean? I don't want to say taught him how to shoot that shot, but that was the shot that was always easy for him to get. You rarely seen Obi going to the hole and just throwing it on somebody. I don't think I ever really seen him just yambooing on somebody. I never really think, but in the open court, he will throw it down. You know what I mean? And I think that's the type of basketball that he plays. So we got a whole bunch of defensive players. The big Ragu, big time defensive player. I Hard, defensive player. J Hard, defensive player. IQ, defensive minded player. You know what I mean? So that second unit is really going to be ringing bells this year, I believe. And if our starting unit with Mitchell Robinson and Quentin Grimes, with them holding down the defense, if Julius Randle could give us halfway decent defense this year, and if RJ learns how to move his hips with his feet to stay in front of players, we're going to have a different style of basketball team. You know what I mean? We won't have to worry about switching as much off of players and trying to recover to players and stuff like that, getting beat on the backdoor passes and stuff like that. So I think a lot of what we have that is great is that togetherness, that cohesion, that connectiveness, and I think that's going to get us out to a brighter start than it did last year.
Yeah, real talk. Hey, Jarvis, I'm with you. Just to answer that question, I'm with you 100%. Sometimes, you in a relationship with somebody, the shit just don't work. It just don't work. Whether you the reason why it didn't work or the other person the reason why it worked. Obi Toppin was in a relationship where it just didn't work. That's it. It ain't about the Knicks didn't like him. They didn't think he was talented. It didn't work for him and the situation that he's playing in. And Obi Toppin, I hope he go out there and get it popping. Because listen, once a Knick, always a Knick, we drafted the young man. You know what I mean? We want him to succeed. And I think the Knicks did, but I think after what him and Tom Thibodeau went through with that video type stuff, all that, you can't recover from that. But I think the Knicks did him a favor though. The Knicks could have said, nah, I'm trying to get a first round pick. They honored that brother. They said, listen, we want you to go shine. We're gonna give you away for 2 second round picks before you can go out there and be able to play minutes. You know what I mean? Because right now, you can't play in the way you want to play him because of Julius Randle, because of Barrett. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think we should think the Knicks did him wrong. I think the Knicks just said, Obi Toppin, you got drafted to the New York Knicks at the wrong time. That's it. You got drafted with a coach who's about defense first, and I'm an Obi Toppin guy, but he did not play no defense. You can't play for a coach who preaches defense if you're not playing good defense. I just think that's what happened to him. Whether it was right or wrong, I just think what happened to him, Shot Powell. But Jarvis, I do think the Knicks did him a favor. That's why I'm glad you brought it up. I think the Knicks did him a huge favor Let him go out there and try to get his money because he wasn't going to get it right now in New York. So Tibbs said, and Deion Rosen said, listen, we're going to send you somewhere where you got an opportunity to play. And even when he go out there to Indiana, it ain't guaranteed he's going to be.
Damn.
He got Jalen Smith down there.
Exactly.
The players at the power forward spot in Indiana. So Obi Toppin got to go down there.
They got a new rookie there.
Yeah, he got to go earn that. He ain't gonna be handed to him. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think, but he do got better of an opportunity. I do think he got better of an opportunity to go there because you got to think about this, ladies and gentlemen. And like I said, I'm a big Obi Toppin supporter. Obi Toppin did play backup power forward for the Knicks for the first 3 years of his career. He played it. You know what I mean? He played it. He wasn't like he wasn't a backup power forward. But I think the Julius Randle situation just was a little bit too tough, Shop Powell. I just think that you got a two-time All-NBA, two-time All-Star guy backing you up when Obi Toppin need like 25 minutes too, 30 minutes. He just couldn't get it here. So I hope he go out there and get it popping, man. Real talk, man. And we want the cat to go out there and get it back where he can take care of his family. I think he will. Let's hope he go out there and get it popping. But like I said, sometimes guys drafted the wrong place at the wrong time. It's no knock on them as a player, not even no knock on our organization. To me, they just got drafted with a cat who was a two-time NBA All-Star dude, taking up 30-something minutes a game, and it just had effect on the way you play because you wasn't even able to make mistakes without getting pulled because Tom Thibodeau was more about winning. Not nothing at that time with the situation they were in with Julius Randle and Brunson and RJ. They were trying to get to the playoffs. They couldn't have had to afford to have mistakes out there through growth when they trying to win a game. Like in other words, even though I know your defense is not good tonight, I'm gonna leave you out there. Though I know you're not playing good defense, I'm gonna leave you out there. I don't think the Knicks can afford that luxury of doing that because they were trying to go to the playoffs. Now, if he would have came in before Tibbs was here, when it was like Fizdale and all the other coaches, that's a different story. You know what I mean? Because now he could have been like Kevin Knox and them. Go out there and and try to do what you do. So Jarvis, I think that's what the toughest part about it. Yeah, man. We'll see, man. Let's see how he do it, man. Like I said, but he, like one thing Shop Powell said something earlier a few minutes ago that I want to see Obi get more, dog in him, Shop Powell. Like you said, going to the rim and dunking on cats. If he either dunking on a fast break or he hitting the 3-point shot. So he was almost playing 3-and-D basketball with a little bit of up and down.
More forward position.
Right. But he didn't have the D to back it up. You know what I mean? So I just think that's exactly where the situation happened to Obi, man. But he got talent, but he just he did. I don't think he was aggressive enough. He should have been like, man, the way I jump, I should be blocking 3 shots a game just off the effort. You know what I mean? When somebody can jump high, Obi Toppin on defense, you should have been blocking 2-3 shots a game just off of pure athleticism. So I think that's what hurt him a little bit to me. But so Jarvis, just to ask you a question, I just think that he is going to be better out there. He'll have a chance to play, but it ain't no walk in the park out there, man. Because they brought in some cats like Bruce Brown, them though I don't play the same position, but it's going to be eating a minute. Bruce Brown just got 27 million from them guys after leaving the championship Denver Nuggets. So Shop Powell, you think about him, he going to get bench minutes. You ain't giving $27 million just to be playing though. So see that he and Jalen Smith had a good year for them. With Mathurin up and come in, and all these other guys. You still got what's my man name, the shooter, Buddy Hills, Halliburton. You got Turner, McConnell, all these guys. So he got to go out there and make a name for himself. I don't think it's guaranteed he's gonna walk out there and get it. But I hope he go out there and kill it though. I think they highly on him, but I think they real. Let me put it like this way. I'm not saying that he would sit on the bench, but you have to earn your minutes though. Like I think I was saying this earlier, Shop Powell, real quick. If you go in a training camp and somebody playing better than you, they playing better than you, obviously they might take your minutes. You know what I mean? Because I don't care. To me, one thing about sports, you got to earn your right to be in there. You just because a person can do something, don't mean you got a right to go in there and start. If the other cat can do what they do, and they can bring other games to the table that it might affect winning. Because no matter how good you could score a ball, but the other guy affects winning, that's not important. Only scoring the ball is only one. It's more side the basketball than just scoring. You got to play defense. You got to rebound. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to block out. So it's a lot of intangibles that you might have scored 20, but you might be giving up 25. So you ain't affecting winning. And I think that's where he got, guys in the NBA got to face that dilemma, or not in the NBA, any sport for that matter. I think that's where Obi at. When Obi go out there, I know him and Halliburton gonna really get a popping on that fast break. Because he got
I think so.
Yeah, one thing we didn't have down here that affected Obi game was a point guard who could do that. Now I think if we would have had a point guard that was pass minded first, I would have loved to see Obi Toppin play where he did when did he play with Alpha Payton the first year, right? Yeah, he played with Obi Toppin. Yeah, he played because him and Quickly came in that first year. We went to the playoffs.
Yep.
Yeah. So Alpha Payton was like a pass first guy. You know what I mean? But since then we really haven't had no pass first point guard. I think it affected Obi's game because Randall, he trying to get buckets, RJ trying to get buckets, Jalen Brunson trying to get buckets. We didn't have that guy who's listen, I'm about to pass first. And I think that's what affected Obi over here. And that's why I say he might have came to the wrong team at the wrong time. He didn't have a guy who was really a pass-minded first point guard. And the past year, he wasn't pass first. Kimmer wasn't about it. Alex Burks wasn't about it. So them cats wasn't pass first type players that affected his game. Now he got a guy like Halliburton who was pass first. He probably go out there and kill it. You know what I mean? He might kill it, shot power. So I think overall, we just said that Obi's top segment in there because my man was talking about it. But other than that, shot power's training camp is upon us. Big Giant win today, ladies and gentlemen. New York Football Giant 31-28. Come back in the second half. Danny Dimes 300-something yards. It was popping. It was what a day for sports. The New York Liberty won their first playoff game, so it's all good in New York right now, man. Obviously our baseball team said it, but what a good game. But obviously the Jets took it on the chin. They played hard, but Dallas on another level with that defense, man. Oh my goodness.
That's the truth.
Yeah, they're on another level with that defense. But our Giants really put it off, so I'm happy about that. But Sha, man, I think training camp coming up, like you said, a week and a half. All the stuff that we're really talking about is really about to come into fruition. We're going to see. We're going to see what Tibbs going to be doing in the next couple of weeks. Who going into training camp? I wish I could be there watching Dave and the boys get at it, Shop. There's going to be some really getting. There's a lot of competition out there at that guard spot in New York on this team. I mean, you got Brunson, Grimes, Quickly, DiVincenzo. It just go on and on, man. So, it's going to be interesting. Then, obviously Josh Hart, RJ, and Randall, and like my man said, Sims and Knight, Roby, Hockenstein, Mitchell Robinson, Nathan Knight, all these guys, man, they're going to go into training camp. They all got something they're trying to prove. They're all trying to get a spot. So let's see how it goes, man. I'm hoping these cats can go in there. And I think it's going to bring out the best of them, though. That's for sure. So I'm looking forward to training camp.
Oh, yeah, no question. This is the time of the year when you may see a Knight try to shine a little bit. You may see Roby a little bit more in shape. Maybe, like I said earlier, and I think so. The Knicks really didn't have a strong 10th man to really put into that rotation last year. I say it out. I said it once and I say it again. If Taj Gibson was on the Knicks last year, there would have been a 10-man rotation. Mm-hmm. I mean, you would have seen someone substituting for Julius Randle or somewhere, somehow. It would have been a 10-man rotation in that second unit. Roby and Knight, they have a chance to come out and try to see if they can break this monotony about Tom Thibodeau loving to play a 9-man rotation. And I mean, I think if we remember, if my memory is correct, we started out last year doing almost 11-man rotation, then went to a 10-man rotation and rocked the 10-man rotation for about 12, 15, 20 games. And then we went from that 10-man rotation to a 9-man rotation, and then we never stopped after that. After that was 9-man rotation from then on. So, it may be that we need to see somebody, because I believe Julius Randle needs rest this year. I don't think Julius Randle needs to play 35, 36 minutes this year. I think Julius Randle needs to be around 32 minutes. I think Brunson needs to be around 32 minutes. I think RJ needs to be around 32 a minute. You know what I mean? Keep them low in the beginning of the year, and as we get farther in the season, getting closer to trying to clinch a conference or clinch a divisional championship, or making it to the playoffs, then that's probably when you see them put on more minutes. But for now, I think in order for the second unit to get a nice amount of minutes where guys can play 15, 16, 17 minutes a night, I think the starting unit might have to take a slight step back. And it's only 2 or 3 players, Brunson, RJ, and Randall. If they could stay away from 36 minutes, 36, and 36, you take them down for 4 minutes a game. That's an extra 12 minutes to spread out through the second unit. Just taking 4 minutes away from RJ, 4 minutes taken away from Brunson, and 4 minutes taken away from Randall. And I mean, preserve these guys early in the season and let them loose after the All-Star break.
Yeah, real talk. Yeah, Jarvis and my man Nick Hunter having a good conversation. Yeah, that's you got Sims. This another big year for him too, in a sense. You know what I mean? Because they took that non-guaranteed, made it guaranteed. I think he got about $2 million or something like that. So him and McBride, tough, but a big year for them. But them guys, one thing I love about Sims and them guys, when they numbers call, they come in, they do what they do. You know what I mean? But we got that team bigger than we kind of think it is. With Sims about 6'10", Knight 6'10", Harkenstein 7, about 6'11", whatever. Mitchell Robinson 7. Other than them 4, we are kind of short in stature. But
Robley like 6'9".
6'9", yep. So they bought them young big bodies that pay dividends for the Knicks. And that's why I want Knight or Roby or Jericho Sims. I want one of them to crack that. I want them to crack it. You know what I mean? Because I think they're in a situation where it worked well for them. They're not looking to try to beat nobody. I'm trying to beat out Julius Randle. They're not going to cry with minutes. They're at a point in their careers where if they can get on the floor and show that they got potential or skill, not only the Knicks but another team will look at them as well. So I think that's going to be a good battle with Roby, Knight, and Jericho Sims. I want to see them 3 cats going in and really go at it, man. I really do, man, because I think one of them cats, they like you said, we can get Julius Randle them numbers down to 33, 30. You play 48 minutes. If you can get them numbers down to 32, like you said, and one of them cats coming in for 16 minutes and give you 5 and 3, 5 playing some defense, you ain't got to score 20 points. If Roby or Nathan Knight can come in and give us 7 points or 5 points as a backup power forward with a couple of rebounds and some good defense, I think that's all you need. Just enough to get your guys some rest and keep them healthy and keep them rested. So when the end of the fourth quarter, third quarter, when you need to go in there and get it popping, your guys to be fresh. And I think them guys got to go in there and play like they really want it. Because like I was saying in the past, in episode 19, them young guys, a lot of them had opportunities so far. They got to take advantage of them because, like I said, you notice when players start going from team to team, it might not be that they not good. They might not be working that. They might not be good enough to do what that coach wants you to do. Like Roby, LKC, San Antonio, now the Knicks, Knight, Minnesota, a la Cam Reddish, Atlanta, Knicks, Portland, Lakers. But so these guys got to try to find their footing. And I think this is a good time right now in training camp. One of them guys, all of them, hopefully find their footing, Shot Powers, and be able to say that I'm a force Tibbs to play me. See, that's what Quentin Grimes did. Remember we said at the beginning of the season last year, we said Quentin Grimes is about to take that spot because he was going to force Tibbs to play him. And that's why Roby and Knight and Wilder, Wilder, whatever, them guys got to go in there and force Tibbs to play them because they ain't going to be handed to you. They ain't going to give you a spot because your name, you got to go in there. And even Jericho Sims and Deuce McBride. It's tough for them guys, man. So let's see. Let's see if they go into training camp in the next couple of weeks and make a name for themselves and force Tibbs' hand. Force Tibbs' hand. You don't force his hand, he's like, well, you ain't giving me no reason to play you. I know you're good, but sometimes it's about beating out your competition, man. You know what I mean? Beating out your competition. And let's see how it goes, Shot Power. I think it's going to be fun, man. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get out of here, man. We want to get in tonight, talk about this key to the season, man. I think it was a good episode. A lot of things talked about, a lot of upcoming things. We got into, the Villanova situation, but I'm good with that. I don't think I have a problem with that. I think it's all good. I just think that, it's all what they do on the court and everything like that. He said Cowboys 70 New York City. Yeah, Jess is tough. Jess is struggling right now, Nick Yak, man, without Aaron Rodgers. But the talented team, but the Cowboys playing, man. I can't stand them, but they are playing. I got to get credit where credit due. You know, I'm not a hater, you know what I mean? But them cats playing that defense is solid, bro. I'm telling you, them cats is solid. I seen some good things out of Zach Wilson, but I see some bum things too. But yeah, Shop out. We got a lot of situations, you know, still going in that's unanswered right now. I think next month we deal with the Quickly situation. Then after that, we deal with the Evan Fournier situation. You know, pretty much going into training camp. You know,
and hey, let it be known, man. A lot of teams inquired about Evan Fournier, but they wanted a first round pick. You know what I mean? They wanted some stuff from New York Knicks. And salute to the front office and Leon Rose for being like, listen, either you take him or we'll let him sit the bench. We ain't giving you no first round picks. We ain't giving up nothing. You want him, you take him the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's going to relieve your salary for the next year. If you don't want him, we'll talk again at trade deadline. And we probably won't see. I don't know if we're going to see Fournier sitting on the bench, but you know. You know, Fournier. A lot, you know, a couple of teams acquired about him, and a lot of teams acquired about him wanted a first round pick. And Leon Rose was like, I'm not giving up a first round pick for him. Not even the protected picks. He wasn't even willing to give up a 18th overall protected pick from Detroit. I forgot which team it was. It's not Detroit. One of the teams that we have a protected pick goes this year for up to 18, and he wouldn't even give it away for
Detroit.
Whatever. Yeah, one of them picks was 18. He wouldn't even give that up for Fournier. So that's letting you know Leon Rose got a price. Today's price is not yesterday's price. So he ain't playing that game. If you come into him, you're gonna come talk to him straight. No side eyes, no talking from the side of your mouth, no looking sideways with your eyes. You're gonna come talk to Leon Rose. Come talk to him straight. You might can get a deal done. And salute to the front office for not giving up a first round pick, even though we didn't give up a first round pick for Josh Hart and for Reddish. They don't want to give up another first round pick for Evan Fournier. So good, good. Let him sit the bench.
Yeah. I think they're gonna get rid of him, like I said, by the trading deadline. You know, they definitely gonna get rid of him by the trade. I thought it was gonna be going to the season. I didn't think that he would sit there with no, but it ain't over yet anyway. You still got the season ain't even started yet. Still got a month to go or something. So you never know. You know what? I'm like this here. Leon Rose said we wear fleece. We wear fleeces, but we're not getting fleece.
Yeah.
You know, they said we wear fleece in the wintertime, but we ain't getting fleece though. And he's so far so good. He's been standing true to power. He's been doing it good. Let's hope that they can sustain it and everything like that. But I think for the most part, the Knicks is pretty good. I'm excited what they're going in the training camp with. Hey, you know what? Nick 100. I'm wondering where he do that coming up. Do you think he might be with all? You know what it is, Nick 100 with all them damn guards, man. It's like, and I think you speak about that a lot too with all these guards. But I don't know, man. I wonder what they do that. They don't want him to get injured or something. Like we don't want to put him out there. The man get injured and it messes up his trade. By then he won't be because he could help the player. He could help the Knicks, But I just think that his defense side of the ball is just tough, man. It's tough. He is just tough when you're not a defense-minded player and you're playing for a defense-minded coach. Because I just don't think that would yeah, you're right, Nick 100. I mean, you're right, Allah wise. I mean, I told the brother like that I had to eat some crow on that. When the brother right, he said he did say Fournier be here during training camp.
I said it too. I said he was going.
Yeah,
me and Devon were talking maybe the first and second episode.
Mm-hmm.
About if they don't get rid of him, he's going to sit the bench. Now he might not sit the bench; he might sit at home, but he might be on the roster to training camp, and that would, that's going to kill Fournier, man. But hey, it is what it is, man. What you going to do?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll tell you,
it's still a chance.
Yeah, that's true. Salute to Nick's nice putt. Was popping, my man. Was good with you. Peace. Nick Yak was popping. Nick 100. Everybody. Jarvis. Salute to the chat. They got it going on in there. Shop out. They doing some jewels up at each other there. But that's good conversation though, man. But salute to Quiet Money and everybody who was in the chat, man. Real talk. But yeah, man, it's gonna be on. It's gonna be some more storyline to put out there in the next couple of weeks, man. I was hearing something that's not Nick related. That when I was on there, they said that Damian Lillard in Miami, they got some lead. I mean, not leeway, but they got some lead toward that happening. They leeway, and that's what I'm saying. They got some leeway in that trade deal So you never know. Damian Lillard might be in Miami before you know it. You know what I mean? From what I hear. So, but we know that that's what they got to do. We got to do what we got to do. But I'm looking forward to this thing next week. I'm looking forward to training camp. Looking forward to the battles. Looking forward to just the conversation on here. We ain't perfect, my man. You know, we OGs, brother. When we make mental mistakes, it's all good. Ain't nobody perfect. You know, we do what we do. You know what I mean? Ain't no problem with it, man. It's all good. If I was perfect, I probably wouldn't be here. Probably, doing some other things in life. But it is what it is, man. You know, you are who you are, my brother. So I appreciate that, but it ain't that serious for us. Yeah, man. But listen, man, we're gonna get out of here, man, ladies and gentlemen. You know, like I said, we did an hour and a half, man. We in here, man. I'm good show, Sharp Powers. We get a popping, man. Training camp next week. We're gonna get into that, man. We're gonna dig into some deep depth about that. We get it popping. But it is what it is, man. I'm happy about it, man. Real talk. I'm really happy about that. My bad. I apologize for that. My bad, Nick 100. Real talk. That's for real. Apologize that my error. But yeah, I'm looking forward to next week, man. I'm looking forward to that 2-guard battle, like Jarvis and Nick 100 was saying that DiVincenzo, Grimes. That's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be a good one right there. Both of them will get to defend the ball. I think Quentin Grimes to give it to him on the other side of the ball, though. DiVincenzo nice. He got game, but I don't know. Quentin Grimes is tough to finish Shot Powers. I mean, the cat can defend the ball. So, that's going to be a good matchup in training camp. That spot there. That's one. I think that's one of the few spots that somebody's battling for. Matter of fact, I think that's the only spot that can be. I don't think the Josh Hart RJ, that's not a battle. I don't think Brunson and Quickly is a battle. I think Brunson is our starting point guard. I think RJ is our starting three small forward. I think Randall is our starting power forward. I think Mitchell Roberts is our starting center. It's that DiVincenzo and Grimes, that 2-guard spot. That's gonna be lit though. So I'm really happy to see. I want to see what's going on with that.
Don't hold out. Don't forget about IQ.
Yeah,
IQ might even be trying to chatter for that starter position right there too. So that may be some he was almost 6-man last year. He might want to be that starting 2-guard next to Brunson. They closed out a lot of games last year too. Brunson and Quentin Grimes. So I mean not Quentin Grimes, Emmanuel Quickly. So
yeah. Hey, Nick 100. That's why I think that team gonna be a really good defensive team. The amount of deflections and steals and man,
they play a lot of the players playing the lane a lot.
Lane, yeah.
Lane, they play in the passing lanes a lot.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting, man. That's gonna be fire right there, man. But let's get it, man. Listen, everybody in the chat, thank y'all for coming in tonight. As always, without y'all ain't on this real talk, man. Y'all got it going on up in there. All you wise gentlemen up in there, man. I just think it's gonna be on the popping for sure. So Sean Powers, my man. I'll highlight you later on the other side.
You already know.
To everybody in the chat, man, hit that thumbs up going out the door. Thank y'all for coming in. Big Blue, y'all know what to do. Giant 31-28. Daniel Jones 320, 13 yards, 59 running yards, 3 TDs. Shaquan was getting. I hope he okay, man. I hope ain't nothing happened for us. The injury with Shaquan Barkley. If you don't play against the 49ers Thursday night, hopefully we'll be back, man. But They had a good second half. Defense stepped up what they needed to in the second half, shut that stuff down, and they won the game. Salute to the New York Giants Jet fans. It's all good, man. Hopefully we can get the next one for y'all can get the next one. But we out. Chop Powers, my brother. I'll see you on the other side. You know what it is. Peace. Time for divine shot, KJ events. This real talks the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Nick shit, dripping in Nick shit. Up in the world, most famous arena with the click. That's the conglomerate. Nick's real talk, the real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variant, dominant. Paying homage to the cat in the chat. That's where it's at. When I'm hearing that, you don't care for hyperbole, we straight fact. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, with the side. My entourage be on the job, my energy. Feeling tripping in 10 books. As they took my game plan, and my brand for loot and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that's the things we ain't always pretty, but we all stay giddy. And we embrace the fan base like they like Anthony Mace. We trace the logo when there's space that appear like Squarespace. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Nick City drip. Infinity Dex is on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew for him a few bars to shine like stars divine on Mount Mars. Nick's real talk. Here we go, let's go.
Nick's real talk right here. I'm representing
Nick's real talk.
right here. Let's get
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks real talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Knicks real talk.
We here.
Here we go, let's go.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes,
Let's
sir.
get it.